It's TMNT time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon turtles, I guess. 2 packs. You have Raphael and Michelangelo in 1 pack, and in the other pack you got Leonardo and Donatello, all 4 turtles combined, with some nice packaging, cartoon accurate, vintage goodness. And here's the back of the boxes. If you want to read any of these bios or whatever, you can go ahead. I just show you all of it, so if you care about that stuff, if you want to leave them into the box and display them like that, you can, but I'm not about that life. So I'm gonna rip these boxes open and take these guys out. So I just moved over to my desk to take everything out of the box and whatnot, and you know, put them in the pose, loosen up the joints, like this weird stuff. I do that now. Put them in a weird pose, kind of stress the joints a little bit. But then I got over to Leonardo, looked at him and I was like, oh, this looks all nice and whatnot, but yeah, he's missing the back part of the bandana. I don't know how the review's gonna go on now, if I wait for a replacement or if I just record it like that. I just wanted to let you know, no matter what happens, I got Leonardo where the bandana's missing. Shucks, what a lucky guy I am. So with that being said, I'm just gonna have a look at Mikey and Raph for the moment until I can figure out what's gonna happen with the Leo situation. I hope I gotta get a replacement. Anyway, first things first, this time around I wanna have a comparison. This is the SDCC exclusive Michelangelo to the right and the new one to the left. I think this is also the exact same one that was in a 2-pack with the Foot Soldiers. You know, they had 2 packs with Foot Soldiers. Krang and Shredder, which will basically re-release of the SDCC versions. Didn't pick those one up, so I'm not sure if it's the 2-pack ones or not. But anyway, comparison to these two, it's still the exact same mode. But, and that's one of the main reasons why I picked up this new 2-pack. Because it's a lot brighter, it's a lot different, and the quality control issues in the faces, I talked about that years ago. He had some troubles with the eyes in some of the old ones. You can tell this one is bigger than the other one. It just looks wonky as he loses his nunchucks. That's not really important. But overall, yeah, everything else is still the exact same mode. Still the exact same look, but now we have brighter plastic on the green. Also, the chest area looks a lot more bright and just yellow, while this one was really like a brownish one. And the emblem. I don't know why they did that with the emblem. Overall, I mean, the one vibe I'm getting from this one is more cartoon accurate. And you might be saying, well, what is so dark and whatnot? Yeah, I look back at some of the pictures and it looks, the green tones and everything looks pretty dark. I mean, it kind of changes like it does with like old cartoons and even new cartoons. It's kind of inconsistent sometimes. And it's like, this is more than a lot of the artwork, especially on the boxes and whatnot. They looked a lot brighter and it's just a lot more friendly, I guess. The other thing though, you have shading, well not really shading, you have like a darker line in the back for the previous release, kind of like the Arcade Turtles. Obviously this one isn't pixelated, it's just a darker line to just show some shadow or whatever. We have none of that on the new releases, so yeah, and I think that's all really I can say about the comparison between these two. Obviously a lot darker. Has more detail in the paint job, but for the rest of it, also the shell is like brown while this one's green. So, difference in color, darker, I mean brighter for the new one, and lacking some paint in the back. And that's about it for the comparison. Now, let's move on and have a deeper look at this figure. Now, technically I already looked at it when I looked at the one from SDCC, but that was a long time ago. And I like to go back to these things sometimes. He stands at about 13.5 centimeters to the top of his head, which means he goes up to 5.4 inches. So focusing on the look and detail of the body mold in general, like I'm saying, it's cartoon, but brighter. So honestly, the one thing I would pick out, it's a lot more like the Archie comics or the TMNT adventures that we had back in the day. Well, I didn't read them back in the day. It was not really available in my area. But anyway, it's still a very nice body mold, and the paint job is pretty clean. You have the black lines on the bandana to make it look more cartoony. That's a good job. Well done. Got the emblem, which they painted black and left it white in the middle. I think, wasn't that like a thing of the Archie comics? I'm not really sure anymore. There's a lot of TMNT versions, so you could really flex. You can make a lot more versions actually of this body mode and probably get away with it by just saying like, yeah, it's based on that thing that happened once. Anyway, so we got the green shell in the back, brown belt going around, has some more cartoon lines in it, and more of that same thing in the knees and the feet. Now for the articulation, let's have a look at Raph, who does have some small pain issues in his shoulder over there. I have some black spots. That happens, that's a quality control issue, so some will come out like that. Some will come out without a bandana, ha ha ha! Starting at that, this bandana actually rotates. I had the arcade turtles and whatnot where the bandana was pretty stuck. Actually, let me look at this one. Yeah, you can tell it doesn't really rotate around. I think it's gonna break off if I try to move it around a lot. So these turtles, you can actually move around the bandanas, that's pretty cool. Unless the bandana is missing. Head moves side to side, head moves forward, moves to the back. Then you have also neck articulation, can bring that forward. Also does tilt side to side slightly, I think. It's hard to move it without moving the head. But it's mostly back and forth motion in the neck area and the head. Also, did I say that it rotates around? Because it goes all the way around. Then you got a big hinge in the shoulder, goes up like that. I try to push it a little bit higher, but I don't think it goes up any higher. Then you can also swivel it on the shoulder. It's pretty rough over there. Bicep swivel, simple hinge in the elbow can also bring that pretty much all the way around. I wouldn't push it too much. You don't want to get the elbow pad stuck even further. Then you got a big hinge in the hand. Goes to the back. This one's pretty stiff. Yeah, and still the joints on these guys are still fairly stiff in some parts. But it really takes some loosen up, heat it up a little bit. I don't know. The weather is good outside, so I legit sat on my balcony and put them in the sun a little bit and moved it a little bit around and then put them back down and just looked at them and I was just, yeah. That was my kind of ritual now for the Neca turtles. Then you got the crotch piece, which does have some very good rotation, goes side to side, goes back, forward. You can even pull off some sitting poses with that if you play around with it. Then you got the leg, moves out to the side, moves forward, doesn't really go to the back because of the shell. Also rotation in there. Well, you rotate the entire joint and you can rotate the leg if you hold on to that one, so pretty nice. Then you got the double hinges in the knee and the foot does tilt side to side, forward, back, and it's going all the way around. It's not the greatest, but it's alright, gets the job done. I mean, their feet are big enough to pull off some nice poses. Alright, for your accessories, on one hand you get this paper stand of Rocksteady with a mustache. Looks very cartoon accurate. I like the drawing in general, it's pretty clean. Has some little things over here to make it stand up. And you get some cartoon books of Bugman. And Bugman Strikes Back or whatever. Rondo. Part, I can't even read that, it's too far away. Wily Wombat's Pits. Okay, there's a lot of weird stuff. Kinda referencing stuff like Rambo, Alien Invaders, Creepy Eddie 2. Guys, did you see Creepy Eddie 1? No? And free pizza flyer, I guess. There were like the pieces you had to take out to get the free pizza. I don't know why it's empty, but that's that. And as fun as that is, we obviously want the wheel stuff. You got a pizza piece, you got Raph's size. Everything is really dark in here. I guess my light died again. I have an extra light. So these hands, let's see, what do we got these hands for? Well, that's still holding hands. Probably for the pizza piece or whatever. You got these on Raph's side, and then you got a turtle you got a big pizza. Let me actually move that one out if I could. I hate this packaging. Everything is just stuck in there. Well, that's what packaging is supposed to be, but it's kind of cumbersome. Vinny's Pizza. Got the pizza on there, and then you got the hook shot, or hook rope. I don't know what you call that. Have no idea which is from Michelangelo. Because he started using that a lot more in the show, because he couldn't use his nunchucks in the European version. You know, remember, we got them Hero Turtles. That was really dumb, but that was the UK's fault, because you can't have ninja weapons. Got a nice looking turtle comb. It is bent a little bit, but has a lot of detail on it. I don't know why it's so dark. It's really crappy for me to see anything. Gonna light it up in post, but you know, as I'm filming this, I can barely see the detail in it myself. And then you have a folded up turtle comb on this side. Looks pretty simple as stuff is falling around. Got the lines in the back. The hand is gone. And then you got the nunchucks for Michelangelo. It has some real shine in there. That looks pretty good. Well, the paint job on it itself. The black lines are really sloppy. It's really bad, actually. I don't know, why do you even do black lines if they're looking like that? Just leave it. Then you have this piece, which you can take one part, you can take the chain off the nunchuck and just connect that to it, if I'm getting this correctly. Yeah, whatever, you just put that over there, replace it with this part, and then you have kind of like a spinny effect for your nunchucks, which also lets me hypnotize you. There we got that, and for Mikey's hands, you got thumbs up hands for both sides. Obviously, these are completely interchangeable. Well, kind of thumbs up. Does a nunchuck fit in there? Not really. I guess let's not try to break anything off, but yeah, got some more posing options with that. So now obviously this part is a little bit more problematic, so I have to show you this like that. You got a Rocksteady part, which he doesn't have a mustache. I mean Bebop. Why? I mixed this up again. You got the Bebop part, and then there's like there's a plan in there. Let me see if I can squeeze this plan out. I don't want to bust open the box anymore, because I don't know if I get it replaced. You got a plan for the blimp. That's pretty cool looking. That's with Bebop in the plastic over here. Let's keep that closed. And then moving on. For your accessories, you got Leo's blades, obviously. You got open hands on both sides. You got the pizza, but it does have something else in the back. It says pizza time, I think. Yeah, there you go. Ninja pizza, actually. It's the same piece. You got the same turtle comb with an ooze canister this time in the middle, which looks pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff. Just a gray one. And you got Donnie's bow staff with some pointy fingers. And the bow staff is not painted. It's actually just a brown piece of plastic. Doesn't have any paint. Well, it does have the black lines on it, but it doesn't have any, you know, where the tape is. It's not bright at all. So that's the accessories for Leo and Donnie. I'm sorry that I can't take anything out, but I don't know if I want to get this replaced, if I get a new bandana, or if I get a new box. So I don't want to touch this anymore. So now that looks kind of weird when I started the video off by saying, I'm going to review all 4 of them, but then my, you know, my hands are tied, guys. I don't want to open the box with Leo and Donatello any further, because I might get a replacement from my store, or I have to ask for a replacement from Neca. And I hope I get one. If I don't get one, then yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit pissed. Those things can happen, but as long as I get a replacement, I'm not even mad about it. If I don't get a replacement, I'm gonna be mad about it. By the way, you have a little hole in the pizza to put that over Raph's size, and that's actually gonna do it. Final thoughts of this 4-pack. Obviously, except for the missing bandana piece, I don't really have any complaints about them. I love the mold. It's still the exact same mold, but really it has some difference in the paint. So to me, that's worth it. All right. But if you have any of the other versions, obviously you're not getting anything new here. But it's more like if you missed any of the other versions, this is your chance now. This is a solid 4-pack, well, 2-pack, two 2-packs basically. And if you're a big fan of TMNT, and if you're a big fan of the old school cartoon, you're really getting everything you want in this one. And I can't really complain about anything else. Obviously the joints are a little bit strong, a little bit too strong, as we had that with Neca releases, but the look, the paint job, the accessories, everything is there in full, and you got a lot of stuff to play around with. Just, I hope I get a replacement bandana for my Leonardo. That'd be nice. Anyway, this is gonna do it. Recommended, by the way, but that's actually gonna do it now. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles want. Like, a bandana for this guy. Look how mad he is. He's mad at you. He's coming for you! Give me my bandana. Please.